Hello from ChiNature.com. This is Mark Josie. Today is going to be a video on what is the most essential EDC gears or gadget. So you guys will be thinking, oh, got a knife or whatever. Okay. So today, starting off with a chapstick. This video is not to talk about like what is the EDC that you should be bringing, but basically more like a food for thought kind of thing. So you can listen to my ideas and maybe implement them into your own EDC setup. So before we start, let's introduce what is EDC. EDC is everyday carry. Now this is a pretty cool topic. In the USA, guys are always like carrying a gun and stuff, but well, for Canadians, you can't do that. Basically, not many people will do that, even if you can. Okay, so it's kind of weird looking outside, and not many people will carry guns around, especially with the gun law. Okay, and also for a lot of other places in the world, they don't have that kind of gun-friendly law, so not many people will be like looking at them and say, oh, cool, a pistol for EDC, and then everyone agrees and will start doing it. So it's kind of hard, right? Something more universal, something more friendly. Anyone won't feel weird having these things around, which I think is pretty good. Okay, so here is a few of my nice choice. The first thing is a chapstick. You're like, what the heck do you need a chapstick? Well, the chapstick is pretty good, actually. It's good for the mouth, the lips, okay? Also, it's a kind of loop, too. So, you know, you can even use these as an emergency loop sometimes. Another thing is a cap. With my other favorite EDC little keychain thing right here, I have a very nice flashlight here. This is the ThruNite TI3. Now, ThruNite is coming out with a nicer version with like 150 lumens or 60 lumens something with this thing, so it's actually very powerful with only one AAA battery. It's super bright, and it also got the strobe mode in case of emergency need. Now what's so good is you can put your chapstick cover on here, and there goes the lantern. So in case you need to like work on a fuse box or something, you see you get a little lantern here with your see, a lantern. So it's very useful for working up close and such like that. So keychain light, chapstick, both about the same size as you can see. Very tiny, very sexy, and it's actually super useful. Now the keychain light can also be taken out and used as a cap light. Like you can put this thing on a cap. So now I don't want to like disassemble the thing out of this ring, but basically there's a pocket clip. You can clip it to your hat, and so that it's sticking out like a headlight. Now another one I like is a pen. Not an ordinary pen, but a tactical pen. Now these tactical pens, the most basic thing about them is they're nice and strong, strongly built. So they are constructed out of nice metal, aluminum, whatever. They're very tough. I have been using them for many abusive tests, okay? Smacking them on wood, on glass, on metal objects, soup cans, tin cans, steel cans, whatever. They don't break. They don't get damaged, whatever. It's very useful. Now, this is a Smith & Wesson Survival pen with a fire starter inside. And you can also take out the fire starter part. So I actually turned the thing into a half-size pen by not using the fire starter, because I'm not the guy who, you know, go into the wood and stuff and need a fire, right? But I think what's so nice is the compact size. You see, this is my palm, and it's so small. Now you've got a pen to use with a bunch, like I usually put 3 or 4 rubber bands right here. Now the rubber bands are very useful when you go to grocery shopping. When I go to buy eggs, you know, they always have those little boxes like this one. Like this, okay? It also always comes like that in Canada, of course. As you can see, I'm in Canada. Some people think I'm in China. That's kind of weird, but I'm in Canada, okay? So you got eggs like that. Now, when you get a box of egg, what happens is when you just, like, if you're not driving, you're walking, okay? Inside the bag, these things kind of like want to open up sometimes. And these so-called locks, they're really like better than nothing, but they don't really work sometimes. especially if the box is like being opened a few times. Now you take one of these rubber bands and basically just wrap around it, and there we go. So it's like now you're pretty much ensured that this thing is not going to fall out. And also, not only that, these rubber bands act as an anti-slip, so you can grip onto this as a weapon and do all that kind of self-defense, whatever thing, and it's not going to slip around. So I think that for this practical usage, you do need rubber bands. Some people don't know how important rubber band is until they actually like try, you know, in a more daily practical usage kind of thing, and then they experience these problems, and there you go, very useful. Another thing is a knife. A knife is not only a like a defense weapon, like you draw it out and then it's also a very useful tool, you know. Now this is the Cold Steel Recon 1 Mini, which I put on mine, and also a Next Torch tool, Tau tool. This is actually, I'm having a trouble deciding which one to bring, okay? They are both very nice things. Now this one is a tool, it's nice. First of all, it's a very nice key-shaped tool. It's kind of dark here. Just a minute. There we go. Some light. Okay, good. By the way, this is the True Night 7000 lumens light. I'm using it right here as my camera lighting, so that's pretty nice, eh? Now, we have this Tau tool thing locked out like that, and it's actually a very nice box cutter. Also a little knife here, so you can basically stick this into the tape part of the box and then pull, and it will open the box very nicely. And also this part is blunt, so it will not damage the stuff inside the box. Now that is a great tool. It's getting bright again. It's a great tool for EDC, especially if you have to open boxes and cut tape. And it also can act as a seat belt cutting thing in case of emergency. Now this is the Cold Steel Recon 1 Mini. I have to tell you that these things need to be tightened up. Not because of the law or anything, because it's going to, like the when it's out of the box, it's kind of loose. So when this is like hanging around the bag, sometimes, you know, this thumb stud just get cling onto my stuff, and it opens up halfway like that, which is very, very scary. If your hand is placed in the middle of it, it just will snap and you're done. Okay, so you don't want that to happen. What I did was take a screwdriver to tighten up the screw, and it made it better. Now this thing is very nice when it's sturdy. The knife is very sharp, of course, and see this black coating? The coating sucks, okay? It will wear out, but it's good because the coating is actually kind of like the tape glue resistant or something like that. It won't stick onto the gluey stuff, so it's pretty good actually. It's like better than bare metal. Okay, it doesn't look as good, but it does the job, and it's also anti-rust kind of thing, so it's pretty good. Now this thing is a box cutter, letter opener. If you want to cut seat belts, you know, you need to have skills to cut seat belts with this thing. It's not really easy to do, even though it's a sharp knife. Now with this tool, Tau tool thing, it can cut seat belt easily. So I'm having a trouble deciding which one, but anyway. Now a ring plus a lanyard loop is a very good idea. First of all, you put it here, and now we can ensure the grip of this pen is nice and sturdy, so you can go like that, okay? And also you can switch to a light right away and not get loose of your other stuff, which is very nice. Now, after these EDC, I think, okay, a light, a pen, and a blade is very essential. Well, also, not forget our phone, right? Our phone is very important right now because we have a camera and a flashlight, and, you know, the way to call for emergency. These phones these days are like really crazy good, especially with the camera on this one here, which I was kind of surprised. Now let me just turn on this feature with the flashlight. Wow, very nice flashlight. See, very bright, right? This is the Nexus 5 S, yeah, X. Sorry, not the S. Now the flashlight on it is kind of in a warmer tone compared to the normal Nexus 4, something like that, which is a cool white tone. This light is very good for photography, taking photos, videos, and it's very warm for the face and stuff like that. Really good feature. Now, with the camera, with the flashlight, with a phone, that is good to have. But you know, in some way, it's a little contradict to a phone for emergency thing if you're going on a trip. Sometimes your phone at the end of the day runs out of battery and it's about to die, and you don't want to use it, like, you know, when you're trying to go home, okay, and you're stuck in somewhere. You don't want to use the phone as a flashlight or as a camera because it drains your battery very quickly. If you don't have a charger in the car to charge from the car, then basically you're really in need of conserving the power for emergency call in case you need to call for help, right? So you don't want to use this thing for a phone or a camera. Now, one little gadget here is the AMOV F21 or 22. Now this thing is under 100 bucks. Let's take a look at this flashlight looking camera. Hold the power button. You see how bright that thing is? Whoa, it's so bright. Okay, so this thing is 120 lumens. It's not the brightest thing in the world, but it works. I tried walking in the middle of the night, like really midnight, okay? I was walking out in the very dark trail to test the light out. Took this one, guided me home well. Very nice. 120 lumen is just enough for that kind of situation. Pitch black place or a low light, very low light place with only a few street light on, a lot of bushes and trees around blocking the light. This thing works. I was walking on a sidewalk and also a trail. The thing, you just go like that, and basically you can see everything here on top and some dangling bushes. Everything shows up. Okay, this is very nice. Now, what's better is it got a strobe mode, half power mode for conserving the energy, and also it can take pictures and take videos at the same time with the light. So you can have a light going on half mode, full power mode, or you can have a light and laser. Yeah, that's right. You have a laser. Okay, let me show you. Now this is on the. Now I'm taking pictures. If you go like that and adjust, you can basically, now you can see there's a laser. See, red laser. You can use a laser and a light or no light or half light. There's a lot of settings there. Okay, so basically what you are doing is you can use the laser as a pointer to show people. Okay, from far away, here. Okay, there. Go here. Go there. You can use the laser. Nice feature. And also the laser can mark your subject and see where your lens is actually shooting, especially at night, you know, when it's you get in a collision kind of thing. You have one of these, you can snap the license plate, the guy's picture, the face, whatever. In case of attackers at night, you know, you can do this and capture all the evidence you need. It doesn't record sound, but it's fine though. Now, one of these I think is very nice for a EDC too. If you actually have to go at night and stuff like that, this is actually quite nice. Basically you can put this in your car, in your bag, whatever. It's not so heavy, and if you like, this is also water resistant, rain resistant, and that kind of thing. So I think this one actually can do a nice job to take some load off your phone. Now take a look at this. Opened it up, there goes the SD card, which is the card that I use for my GoPro, and this is a rechargeable battery. So put that together, screw it in, and there you go. When you're home, take the USB cable, plug it in, and transfer your file. Basically, that's how this thing works. So I think this is a nice EDC too. Now, you guys will be like, may have new ideas or other products that you think is a good EDC. Feel free to comment below and add to the list. What the purpose of this video is, like, not really telling you which one is the best EDC in the market, but to open your mind up to new ideas, you know. Everyone knows that, oh, we need EDC for, you know, self-defense, for in case whatever you get hurt, whatever. But now this perspective I'm presenting is a more practical and more commonly encountered situation with the EDC stuff. For example, like your chapstick, like your rubber band, stuff like that. You know, these are pretty practical, even for a guy who is not a guy, but anyone who is not really, you know, going out at night and stuff like that. If you're just going out to buy groceries, like, why do I need a flashlight? Maybe you don't. But why do you need a pen? Maybe you don't. But you may need rubber bands, you know, very commonly used. If you actually is a housewife and that kind of thing, you may want to consider these things too. It's very useful. Now, one more EDC that you may not even think is practical or not practical or commonly used, but this is kind of like a strap and loopy thing. Now this thing is actually from one of my airsoft gears. Why I need this thing? Okay, this thing just works like that. Okay, you basically go like that, and then somehow loop it over. No, typical kind of thing. Okay, so basically, forgot how this thing works, but oh, there we go. Okay, so you have a loop here, and then you can put it over here and secure that. Okay, you know what I mean, right? Stuff like these. Okay, so you get a strong loop. Okay, so if you have one of these, why is it so useful to have these things? Basically for carrying bags. When you're like grocery shopping and stuff like that, you have a tons of bags. So people are like, you need bags? Yeah, okay, 10. And then you have 10 bags there. You can't really bring it, and you don't have a wheel, a cart, whatever. Now what I do is I loop this strap over all the handles of the bag, and then I'll go like that. Okay, and then loop it out, and basically, just tie it up. And there you go, the very secure thing with one point here that you can loop 3 fingers or 2 fingers over, and there you go, you can pick it up. As long as you have the muscles, you can pick up 10 or 20 bags together and go to your car or walk or whatever. Okay, so that's basically what I also put in my bag as a very nice EDC tool. Now sometimes you will not really realize how practical and important EDC stuff are. But the first thing is think about what do you do all the time, and then think about what can be implemented into the stuff you do. For example, if you go to like a normal housewife, whatever, right? They don't have to go out in the dark and then walk in a dark corridor just in case someone comes in from the back. Those are like fantasy stuff. It won't really happen if you are a normal kind of person who don't even go out at night after 10. Okay, so it won't happen. But some other practical usage, if you really have to, go to work, you go to grocery shopping, you go out with your kids and stuff like that, you have to think about what kind of tools you have at home and how they can be implemented to make things easier or better for your life. Sometimes just a little trick to make things non-slip will work. Something to make things not so hot will work. Having some rubber bands around, and also wrap some stuff with the rubber band and make your cup less hot, to hold your coffee. There's a lot of stuff can be done with these EDC if you try to fiddle around inside your house and play around them. So it's pretty cool. Even a piece of paracord, there's a lot of tricks to it. So Google, YouTube, not Google, search on YouTube. There are like a lot of life hacks and stuff like that. Pretty useful stuff. So basically, yeah, that's a nice idea to start with. Hope you guys like it. And remember to subscribe and like, share your ideas below, and discuss. Okay, bye-bye.